and has a chance to make a deep run. Just impressive. And playing as hard as we did, taking care of the ball, even though we gave up a lot of points off of turnovers, I thought the number was right where we wanted to be. And just different guys stepping up all night. AB with 25, Sass with 18. AB's poise, again, just rules the day. When they made their run, I could see him just talking to Sass and J.I. to, calm down, let the game come to you. But an impressive win. And I thought JD's defense, Sabonis is a load, and it's just hard to stay in front of him when he's just banging you like that. I thought JD did a really good job of keeping his poise tonight, but just an impressive win. We got here yesterday, long, crazy travel, had a tough loss, and for our guys to do that without Cade and Bogey, impressive. And we got to do it again tomorrow.
You guys have a 15-point lead midway through the third.
Yeah.
They go on their run to take a 2-point lead going into the fourth. What did you like about kind of having their metal, testing the metal there and being able to find a way?
We talked about it at halftime. We had the same scenario at home. I think we were up 19, and they got physical with us, and they did the same thing tonight. It was hard to run a set, and we tried to simplify it as best we could. Obviously, you got to make shots. And we scored 36 points in the fourth quarter, but 27 in the third isn't that bad. We just couldn't, stop them. And they hit some tough ones. Sabonis hits a three at the end of the third. Plays like that you can't do anything about. I thought the Mitchell three was a big three for him because he had been struggling with his shot, that kind of thing. But we always talk about being right here, no matter what the situation is, and having a level of poise and emotional regulation in those moments. And we came back out of that fourth quarter timeout, and we just executed. And for the most part, it was our defense. Anytime we can hold a team like that to a 21-point fourth quarter, that says a lot about the growth of our program. And now we have to sustain that because defense travels, and we got to take this to Portland.
You mentioned obviously without having Bogey and Cade and Isaiah, some extended minutes tonight for Jaden Ivey. 19 of his career-high 37 coming that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
When you look at how he got his production tonight, and when you look at just his overall game, what encourages you about maybe the ceiling, if there is one, for him?
The fearlessness that he plays with. There are times where I can't grab him fast enough, before he takes off because I can see the crowd. But I thought he started making the right plays. He saw the guy that was on him. He felt like he could beat him. But he also got off of it early in the game. I thought he attacked the basket. He was drawing contact. They weren't calling it, but guys were open in the corners. I said, you got to trust the pass. And the balance of getting to the basket and making the pass makes you dangerous. And then he knocked down some shots tonight too. So, ceilings are – it's hard to, recognize what a guy's ceiling is, but I do see a young man that's getting better. I see a young man that's not running from any type of situation. And I also see a young man that's coachable in tight moments. When I have to coach him up, he looks me in the eyes and he takes it the right way. He had 5 turnovers tonight, and I bet he's thinking about that just as much as he's thinking about the 37 points. And we just want him to continue to grow. And for him and Sass and all of our young guys to make plays in moments like that on the road, that expands your capacity. And you can only grow from these types of experiences.
Coach, you've seen your team often build up double-digit leads and then relinquish them. But tonight, you guys came back and ended up winning by 13 points. What was different about tonight's game as why they were able to do that?
The difference, I think we're always competitive. That's we did make some shots, but the defense, that team can score in bunches on everybody in the league. And so for us to hold them to 21 points in the fourth quarter, that's the difference. And then we scored. And so anytime we can have that kind of quarter probably speaks to a number of things. Shot making, defense, and sometimes it just goes your way, and we're just grateful that it went our way tonight.
Monty, we've all seen how competitive your guys have been for most of the second half of this season, but tonight felt a little different in terms of just like a mature performance. Guys maybe individually messed up, then came right back and made a good play. The team in itself combating that run. I don't think you used a timeout during their run, maybe one, but you kind of just let them go.
Yeah.
Was that strategic and just seeing how they handled that, or was there anything to that?
Sometimes I'm reading the game, and for me, when I look at the kinds of shots they got, they were tough shots. It wasn't like there was tons of breakdowns on defense. They hit some threes. They were contested. Like I said, Sabonis had the one in the corner at the buzzer. Mitchell had the one that we were helping off of him. He had one. When I see us playing great defense, I won't always stop the game. There are times where I feel like I got to stop the bleeding, but in that moment, I just didn't feel it, and it helped us because I had a few more timeouts down the stretch. I had 2 to burn before I lost them, and I actually lost one. And so holding on to them in case we got a challenge is something that I think about. But in that moment, they cut the lead. They didn't, necessarily go up by 10. They just cut it. And I felt like we're on the road against one of the best teams in the league. It's a tie game, 1-point lead. That favors us, We'd ask for that position every time against Sac with everything we've dealt with today. So it's just a big-time win, big-time moment for us, and now we have to build on it. We've had some tough losses here of late, and now we got to build on this.
Coach, you guys are obviously a young team with a lot of potential and talent on the roster. What from tonight's game are you preaching to the guys, or you will preach to the guys, that we have to continue to do to become a good team?
Well, this league is about consistency. If you play long enough, you're going to score points, you'll have a chance to win games, but the teams that are consistent are the ones that can play in the playoffs, they can make the playoffs. We have to be consistent. The turnover number was right where we want it. We don't want the live ball turnovers, but the turnover number is right where we want it. We won the rebounding. That's something that we talk about a lot. And the free throw game was even. And those 3 categories are things that we preach. And we have to understand, if you can win 2 of those categories, you got a shot to win a game. We almost won the free throw category. So we'll talk about a number of things, but our job is to be consistent, and we've not done it enough to win games. We've done it enough to be competitive. Now we got to do it enough to win games, and this is a good start for us. But we can't get happy on the farm. We've got a big-time game, a team that's been playing better that we got to go play against tomorrow, and we got to be consistent against that team.
Thanks, Coach.
Right.